Sorry guys, this always takes just a couple seconds. Okay. So again, we're calling this, hopefully you can hear me okay. We're calling this post-holiday mellow, post-holiday flow. So it's really meant to help with digestion, or, you know, when you're feeling sluggish, you've done something, you know, just eaten too much or drank too much or whatever, or even if you're just feeling sluggishly tired, like this is meant to kind of lift you up. It's meant to create balance. It's meant to, so we're, in other words, we're going to be doing a lot of twisting today. So get prepared for that. We're going to start in Virasana, which is hero's pose. So I encourage you, and you're probably going to need at least one block today, or of something that you can elevate yourself off the mat. There's going to be one challenging posture, I think, that might really be beneficial if you have something to give yourself a little bit more lift. Okay, so hero pose. It's about 45 minutes today, guys. Okay. Looks like this from the side. Okay. So for me, this is not an agonizing pose, but I know for a lot of people it is. So if that is you, then you'll want to put something underneath your seat, between your, you know, your hamstrings and your calves, or maybe underneath your shins. Elevate yourself with a block. Okay. And if it's hard for your ankles, you can put a little rolled up blanket or towel underneath the front of your feet. Okay. So I'm going to face you this way. Very quickly, this posture here, Virasana, is probably the best pose you could do outside of legs up the wall, I will say, for digestion. Okay, because the blood flow is kind of being cut off to your legs, right? We stay here long enough, our legs are gonna fall asleep because there's no blood flow going there. So what happens is it brings more flow to your organs, so where the digestion has to happen, and it helps speed up digestion and speed up like recovery. Okay, so that's sort of why we want to come here. Don't stay here for long. It's like a minute, 30 seconds to 2 minutes in general. We're just going to be here for the opening, just to kind of come into our practice, because it's a beneficial posture as well. And it's also an alternative to seated meditation, the cross-legged position. You can always come here if you're doing meditation. So I'm going to suggest you just take your right palm on top of your left, touch your thumbs together, and then lay them in your lap. And this is the Dhyana Mudra. It is a mudra for concentration as well. So a great one if you are making your way into like a meditation practice, right? It also is meant to kind of balance the left and right hemispheres of the brain through this kind of connection here. So just shrug your shoulders a little bit. You can move a little and wiggle a little side to side. I like to wiggle a little bit before I settle into my seat. You're going to close the eyes, sitting up nice and tall. And just allow like your sitting bones to root down towards your heels. This posture also helps to really bring fullness to your breath. So take a couple breaths on your own any way you like, and then close the mouth. And see if you can draw the breath deeply and slowly into the nose, into the back of the throat, and feel that belly, the front and side of your waist and the back of your body moving outward like a cylinder. So you're taking in full, deep cleansing breaths. And then as you exhale, it's like that pulsing, right, in and out on all sides. That might feel weird at first, but just keep working on that. Keep working on that felt sensation of, you know, opening and contracting. Because the breath is another valuable tool for you to have in your toolbox. It also will help aid digestion just through the movement of the breath in deeply and the breath out completely. So think of it today, cleansing, detoxifying breaths. Every one, each one. Just purifying the whole internal part of our body. Just take a couple more breaths on your own. Just making room for that practice. Bring your palms together to your heart center, bow your chin to your chest, set an intention for your practice today. So pick one of those words, detoxifying, cleansing, purifying. And see if you can come back to that as you practice throughout your practice today, okay? All right, so coming off onto, up onto, I should say, knees and shins. I'm gonna turn to the side now. Come back to the middle of your mat if you're not there, because we're gonna be kind of moving through a little flow here. So this feels already good, right? You can feel maybe your thighs begin to warm up. Blood's coming back down to your knees, right? Your hips are feeling nice and warm. If you place your hands there, you're gonna feel how warm it is just from where they were. And sweep those arms up overhead. Reach the fingertips up and not bringing the palms together just yet. Just keep your hands expanding wide. Gently push the hips forward. Head is soft. Good. And then exhale back towards child's pose. The hands reach back. Forehead doesn't have to come down, just belly to your thighs. Inhale, reach back up. It doesn't have to look graceful or be graceful. It just has to flow with your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling. Even this forward fold here, right? Exhaling is pressing the belly to the thighs. One more. Inhale and exhale. This time adding on. Inhale here. Exhale back to that modified child's pose. And then bring those hands forward, come right into cow pose. Exhale, push the floor away into cat pose. Inhale back into cow pose. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog pose. So this is a sweet modification of sun salutations. Let the head be heavy. We're going to stay here just for another breath or two, just to kind of feel our down dog. Be here in down dog. Let the breath out. Come forward to high plank. Again, we're just going to pause for a moment. Feel the strength of our arms. Early on here, right? We're not tired yet. We can stay in our plank for a little bit. Head is back, looking forward. Thighs lift. Heels pressing back. And lower your knees back down. Shins down, toes down, reach up. So we'll go through this again. Same thing. Inhale. Now maybe the palms touch and you reach back a little bit more. Exhale towards child's pose. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog. Big breath in. You can move if you like. Let it out. Again, high plank pose. Take a couple breaths. Keep the belly in and drop the tailbone towards the heels. Doming the upper back, feeling strength throughout your entire body. One more breath. Knees down, shins down, toes down, reach up again. Exhale. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Downward facing dog. Breathe here, one breath. And let it out. Just because it feels good, reach your right leg up, bend the knee. Open up that hip, maybe bob the foot up and down. Maybe rotate the ankle a little bit. Keep the head loose, looking back at your toes. Re-extend and bring that foot down. Left leg lifts, bend the knee, open the hip. Maybe looking underneath your armpit, rotating the ankle. Ooh, a little crack, and re-extend, bring it down, look forward, begin to walk those feet forward to the top of your mat. Bend the knees a little bit, bring your hands to your shins halfway. Exhale, fold, and then inhale, rise, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Admittedly, I was in a chair a lot today working at my computer, so I'm feeling a little wiggly, like if I were on my mat by myself, I'd probably be dancing a little bit. So do your dance, do whatever you gotta do. I don't know what you did with your day today, but anyway, that's what my body wants to do. Take a nice deep breath in, inhale. Just a couple salutations here. Exhale, sun A's. Inhale, let's get our blood flowing. Exhale, walk back, step back, lower down. Tops of the feet press down, roll up to cobra. Stay here for extra breath and just wiggle yourself forward and feel your chest moving away from your hips, and lower yourself down and press in. Power of those arms, guys. Downward facing dog. Good. Look forward, walk, step, or take little hops to the top of your mat, right? Halfway. Fold. Rise. Number 2, inhale. We can take little back bends at the top. Exhale. Flow with the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Walk, step, or hop. And it's up to you. It's your practice. Lower down. If you're lowering down without your knees, chest, belly, then thighs. Cobra or maybe up dog today. Downward facing dog. My body definitely knows it was sitting down because I'm cracking all over the place. Look forward. Walk, step, or hop. Halfway lift. Fold. Number 3, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Walk, step, or hop. Maybe pause halfway. Chaturanga. Up dog. And down dog. Look forward. Walk, step, or hop. Hopping today. The last one. Inhale and fold. Chair pose right here, guys. Chair. One of my favorite poses that I really don't like, but I know that it works. So building strength here in the booty and the thighs, light on the toes, shoulders back and down, thumbs reaching back, maybe look up. And then palms together, fold forward. Halfway lift and fold. Number 2, chair pose. And bring your hands to your heart. Put the weight into your left foot, okay? Lift your right foot up. And here, as just gracefully as possible, right? Slide it back. Awesome, and then reach it up. So crescent lunge pose, right? Crescent lunge. Bring your right hand forward and drop your left hand back. So you're twisting right here, right? First little baby twist. Your right thigh is really strongly drawing back. Bring your palms to your heart center and cross your right elbow over that left thigh. I'm going to look down at my big toe. You are perfectly welcome to look left. You're also perfectly welcome to open the arms, okay? You're going to get a little bit more of a twist there with the resistance of your arm on your knee. Take one more breath. And then slowly look down. Left foot slides back. Lower yourself down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog pose. Look forward, walk, step, or hop. Halfway, fold. Chair pose. Hands to heart. Left foot, weight in the left foot. That's wrong. Right foot. Left foot lifts. Slide it back. Right? And then lift it up. Awesome. Maybe the arms go wide. Maybe the hands stay together. Maybe you're looking up today. Wherever you are, strong back thigh, bend deeply into that right knee. Now open, left arm forward, right hand back. So a lot of times I see this, right? And that may be as far as you can go. But if you're able to, imagine somebody pulling your hand behind you. Try to draw your shoulders over your waist. Then you're going to create space for your twist, right? So take a breath in to prepare. Hook it over, left elbow, right thigh. Right there, as I draw my right, as I press my palms together, my right shoulder draws down a little bit more away from the ear. Looking down at your big toe. Perhaps looking straight, neutral neck. Maybe the arms open. This is always so crunchy for my elbow. It's not the most happiest pose for me, but you can do it if you like it. And look down, hands down, right foot back. Lower down. You're lowering only halfway. Make sure you're lowering to your breast. You may hover there for a couple seconds. And down dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Look forward. Walk, step, or hop. Halfway. Fold. Number 2, chair pose. Good. Bring the weight into your right or left foot. Slide it back. So we did this before. Lift it up. Come right into the side. Twist. Hook right into the forward bending twist. Good. And now look forward and slide your right foot forward. So now we're in twisted chair, right? Sink a little deeper, maybe open those arms. I'm gonna keep my palms pressing together. It helps me twist a little deeper. Don't forget to breathe. Make sure your belly is away from the thigh so you can get in your best twist that you can. Sink a little deeper. And then fold. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose here. So sliding your left foot back. And lifting up. Opening right up to your twist. Coming right to your heart center. So take a breath in. So I actually lift up here so I can literally create the space for my waist to move to the side. Hook it. I actually physically move my right palm to my thigh to get more space. Awesome. Stay here with your palms together or open the arms, but remember where we're going. Look forward, step forward. And sink, make sure your knees are in alignment. Mine like to pop open, and I like to pop forward. So keep that left knee hugging back. Palms working towards the heart space. Good, for 3, sink deeper, 2, and 1, look down, hands down, release. Woo, halfway lift, fold, rise, little back bend, hands to heart. Fix your clothes, fix your hair, eating mine. All right, moving on, inhale. Surya Namaskar A, exhale, or Sun A, inhale. Walk, step, or hop. So I'm gonna hop into my chaturanga. If you're doing that, do it lightly and with intention. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right leg lifts. Bend it and fan open if you'd like for a moment. Bring your right knee into your right elbow and send it back to the left elbow. So crunch it in, use that, and back. Look forward, center, step it forward, spin your back heel down. Look back, make sure heel to arch. Warrior 2. Look back at your left hand. See, again, I'm just moving here. This is what I want to do, okay? So if you want to move, move. Otherwise, just stay in your warrior 2. Looking over your right fingers. So when we're still, our body might not be moving, but our breath still is. That's the vinyasa. The vinyasa is the inhale and the exhale connecting seamlessly, okay? Good. Take one more breath. And then release, straighten the right leg. Here's where you might need your block. So hopefully you have something at the front of your mat. You're gonna slightly turn your left toes inward. So we're gonna shorten our triangle pose just a little bit and go maybe a smidge wider, okay? So it might feel a little different today, it's okay. We'll see why in a minute. Reach forward and triangle pose. Move your right armpit away. So try to bring your right shoulder towards the front of the room, and that's gonna elongate your side body. And take your left hand to your rib cage and turn, and then reach the left arm up. So perhaps you're looking at your fingers, maybe your head is neutral, or maybe you're looking down. Good. Take one more breath here. Be careful not to overextend that knee, maybe a little micro bend in the knee. And then you're gonna look down, hand down. So during reverse triangle pose. So I'm gonna take my block. I cannot do this without really feeling too much strain here. So I'm gonna actually turn my toes a little bit more forward. Not so much like pyramid. Block, hand comes on the block or a book, or whatever you brought to your mat. Right hip goes back and reach the right arm up. Twisted triangle. If this feels awkward or not comfortable in any way, just go halfway, okay? Maybe bend the front knee. It's the one thing that I can't see people right now. It's really hard. Good. Try not to rely too heavily on that block. Take one more breath. And then slowly, hand down. Now come into a high lunge position, okay? And then step up to your mat. Halfway lift. Fold. Find that flow right here. Halfway lift. Step or hop back. Up dog. And down dog. Very creaky today. Left leg lifts. Bend it open if you'd like. Re-extend left knee, left elbow. So almost like you want to sail it up there and lift your toe up, right? Lift. Right elbow. These are preparatory practices up towards flying arm balances, if you can imagine that. Spin the right heel down. I probably should have done this side first. Whew. Getting warm in here, guys. Make sure when you bend your knee, it doesn't overextend the ankle. Make sure you can see your toes. Maybe look back at your backhand. Stay stable or move. Okay. Breathing, relaxing, energizing. Flow with your breath. Just feel it. Find stillness for just another moment. And straighten the legs, relax your arms just for a brief moment and re-extend. Turn those back toes in a little bit, widen the stance, get ready, triangle pose, reach. And if this feels awkward, you can do triangle pose in a way that feels good to you, and then fix it when you come down, move the toe when you come down. So I have my hand on my shin. I do have blocks available to me, so you can always go to the inner part of your thigh or shin, or the outer part for triangle pose if you want a little lift, or you might be able to bring your hand all the way to the mat. Take one more breath, and then slowly look down. I'm going to bend this knee a little bit so I can reposition my right foot, toes turning slightly inward. This is a super challenging pose for me, you guys. It might be for you as well. It might be awesome for you. So just be where you're at. I just know that I don't do this often because I don't really enjoy it. Doesn't mean we shouldn't do it. Left hip goes back. Ooh, and the left arm goes up. So my right heel is a little bit off the mat right now, which is okay. That's where I have to be. My calf's a little tight today. Be mindful of that left outer hip or the left hamstring. Slightly bend the knee if you need to. Take one more breath here. And then slowly look down, hands down. Find again that high lunge pose. Good. And then step forward. Halfway lift. And fold. And rise. We're doing a lot of salutations to kind of chop it, between these sequences. Keep yourself warm halfway. Float back, walk back, step back. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Fingers come together. Thumbs come together. Lift your right leg halfway. Step your right foot forward outside your right pinky. Step your left foot outside your left pinky. You're going to come into a squat, okay? Now, this is actually a modified version of what's called malasana. Malasana is Garland Pose. I don't know how this is a variation because I feel like this is harder. So if you enjoy this, stay here. If you want to try the other version of malasana, you'll want to bring your up onto your toes, heels to touch, okay? This is kind of your 20 minutes left or so. So this is your little bit of a break here. If you wanted to get something to drink, you could do that. If you wanted to on your own practice crow here, you could do that. I'm not going to do that today. Or you can be here. This to me is so much easier than the other way. The full pose of Garland, you actually hinge forward. So you sort of have to send your booty back. Your heels are going to touch. right? You bend forward, belly towards thighs, and then you're gonna wrap those hands around the back, behind your shin, and grab the back of your heels, okay? If this seems like a very awkward, uncomfortable, Presley leg posture for you, you don't think if for a second and a half you're gonna be able to do this, don't worry about it. You do you, be where you're comfortable, okay? And you can bow your head forward as you're looking back between the hole there towards your nose, towards your chest, chin towards chest. Now, you can do that, stay there, or if all of this sounds horrible to you, you can always just come onto your seat. And you can just use your elbows to open the inner thighs. That's all we're doing, guys. All of these are open of your inner thighs. This is just more restorative, okay? Take one more breath wherever you are. I'm gonna come back up to that posture. Slowly unravel. Ooh, bring your hands to your heart. Hands down to the floor, lift the hips up. Walk the feet wide, 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 wide. And I want you just to move side to side. You can walk it side to side. You can pause and turn the toes up if that feels really good for the hamstring. Go to the side. Awesome. And then you're going to come right to center. All right. Have that block nearby. Bring your hands to your hips. Slowly rise. So I just want you to kind of open up these hips just for a moment. So whether you keep your hands to the back of your waist and push it forward, or you bring your arms out, or you bring your arms up, or you hold the back of your head. Just let the hips open, open, open. Good. Kick the heels out. And you can bring your hands to your hips or take the arms wide. Take a nice breath in and exhale, hinge forward. Try to keep a flat back as far as you can. Hands come down to the mat, to the earth. Grabbing the ankles or maybe walking your hands behind you. Let the head be heavy. This is a forward fold. So again, detoxifying, cleansing, purifying breath here. Let the breath go to the brain, right? Let the breath just sort of get in there and really clear out the mental clutter. Beautiful oxygenated breaths. You can open the mouth on that exhale and just flush it out. So whatever tension, whatever stress, whatever crap you're dealing with, like just let it out with the exhale. Maybe even stick the tongue out, like, and really flush the breath out forcefully. Like, it's called lion's breath. It's super, super energizing. And slowly begin to lift the head up. Bring your hands to that block, or the book, or the shelf, or whatever you got going on. Take your left hand. So the block is literally at chin level to me, underneath me. And then your right arm's going to reach up. Now I have a little bit more of an issue on my right hip, so my arm does not go completely up towards the ceiling. It's totally me. Yours may be directly above you. That's awesome, or even farther. And then exhale it down. Inhale, reach up. So you see how my right hip is kind of coming with me, and then reach it up. We're going to do one more each side. Bring it down. Inhale, reach the right arm up. And down. Reach the left arm up. And down. Now this time, guys and gals, your hips are stable. I want you to think of your obliques here, okay? So reach your right arm up. Don't let your hip come with you. Keep it where it is. It's going to be so much harder, I promise. But your obliques are going to be like, thank you for working me. Woo! Bring it down. Hips are stable. Left arm, twisting at the waist only. And down. One more like that. Hips are stable. This is so much harder. I don't know if you guys agree. I wish I could see you guys nodding. I hope you're nodding. Woo! And down. And then walk your toes towards one another. Put the block back away. Bring your hands to your hips. Slowly rise. Roll your shoulders. Walk, step, or hop your feet together. Woo. Just shake those legs out. All right. We're coming down to the mat. So come back to where we started, so in the middle of your mat, onto your knees. We're going to come into side plank pose, okay? It's a little bit more of a challenge what we're about to do. So just know that your modification is left knee down, all right? So you're here with your left knee down and your right foot extended, or you're gonna be extending both legs out. So here's what we're gonna be doing when we're in the pose. So make sure your left hand is slightly forward, a little bit of an angle there. We're gonna inhale, we're gonna exhale, just bring the right arm underneath like we wanna thread the needle and then come back and up, okay? So here we go, modified. I'm gonna do full plank, full side today. So you see I have a little bit of an angle, just a little bit for stability. Ready? Inhale, exhale, 1, just 5. Inhale, exhale, 2. If this is not comfortable for you, keep lifting your hips, bring your knee down. 3, you can still do this modified. Inhale, try not to fall backwards like I just almost did. 4, inhale, and 5. Good, hands down, knees down. Come up onto your knees and shins. Pull the waist down and take a breath in. Good. So I'm going to come into the other side. I'm going to swing over to this side. Left hand goes slightly, or right hand goes slightly forward. Come right in. Side plank pose. Beautiful. So we don't want to drop our hips here. The hips are lifted. You're pushing the floor away. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. So you kind of take your gaze with you. I'm looking at myself for some stupid reason. Inhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. So you feel the obliques here too, right? Exhale, 5. Good. Hands down, knees down this time. Knees wide. Child's pose. Might feel good. Maybe shake the wrists out. Release your lower back. Drop your head. Nice job, guys. Okay, coming back to my friend. All right, so we're back in our tabletop pose. And I'm gonna have you go into thread the needle pose for real this time. But let's just stay there. Okay, so bring the right arm up. We're gonna be there for 3 breaths each side. Exhale right into it. Options are to place your left hand on top of your right palm, okay? You can maybe take your hand behind you. Make sure your neck is happy. 1 more breath. Slowly come up, right hand goes down, left arm reaches up. And bend that elbow. So the side of your head is on the mat, but you do not want to strain your neck. So if this is uncomfortable, you can always place a blanket under there. Again, you press your palms together and use that to open up the right shoulder, open up the right ribs, the whole side body. Or if this is okay for you and it doesn't take you out of the pose, feel free. I feel a little resistance doing this, so I'm going to keep my hand on my hands here. I get a little deeper this way. Take 1 more breath. And slowly come up. Take your hands and clasp them behind you. And move the knuckles down towards the floor. So I'm going to be doing a class on Friday that has pigeon a multitude of different ways. So because of the time right now, we're not going to do pigeon pose. But I want to let you know that if you're into pigeon, we're going to be doing a lot of them in all different ways on Friday. So let's spin around onto our butt, kind of in the middle of your mat. If you've got blocks and things like that, and you might think you might want to use them after you lay down, have them be accessible to you at the back part of your mat. And then just lay down. Nice and long here. Just a lot of twisting today. So just notice what you notice about your body tonight, about your body tomorrow. Okay. The effect of your practice can linger for, a good day or so. So you might notice things are easier. You might notice you feel better. Just roll a little side to side on your sacrum. 2 different twists here on the mat. 45 minutes is really tough to get everything in. Bring your right knee to your right shoulder, left foot down onto the mat. If you want, just for a moment, draw your knee towards your nose. Switch. Or you could just hold your right knee in again. I feel movement kind of needed in my body today, so that's why I'm moving. So I'm just letting you know it's an option for you. Good. Hug your right knee in, relax your upper body, and then take that knee over to the left side. So here for me on this side, I really benefit from having a block underneath my, supporting my knee, so it doesn't strain too much of my lower back, which it can do at times. Reach your right arm out to the side. Left hand might help your knee come down to the floor closer if it feels good. You're twisting your spine, again, rinsing and cleansing those internal organs. Find your breath. Take one more cleansing breath here. Bring your head back to neutral. Slowly draw the knee in. You take some nice little circles here with it. One direction and then the other. And then allow that leg to come down and rest. And you can feel, if I bring my hand to my right hip flexor and my hand to my left hip flexor, my right hip flexor is fired up. Bring your left knee in, right? It's our energy or prana. So again, take a moment if you want, right, to move. So this time I'm gonna like do a little twist. So just like 10 of these, so like 8, 7, 6, press your belly button to your spine if you're doing this with me. 6, or you're just hugging your left knee into the chest because that feels good too. 4, 3, 2, 1, knee in. Right foot relaxes, head relaxes, and the knee goes across the body. So these twists are also extremely good for digestion. It all is. All yoga is good. I'm not going to lie to you. You can look over your left shoulder. Again, use your right hand. So my knee is a lot closer to the floor on this side. I feel okay. Allowing myself to be here without support. Know your body, know what you need. Good. And then bring it back to center. Put both knees in, take them close together, feet together, knees together, clasp your fingers together, and just draw and hug those knees in and try to keep your spine nice and long. Breathe, feel the belly move into your thighs, and then draw them in a little closer. Inhale, so not to be gross, but I mean, it's like those whoopee cushions. It's sort of what you're doing. So if something were to happen here, you know, a little air, the pose we just did was called wind removing pose for a reason. Take one more breath, which I think is super funny. All right, now come to a fallen chair position. Arms, I need this, out to the side. One last twist, one. Ready? Bring it over to the right side. So you could do it really ever so gently. So you're using your obliques. Your head can be on a, I'm gonna put my head on my blanket here. And my feet, my knees touch and my heels are on the mat. So just make sure that your legs are super comfortable. If you need to, do this. Put a block between your knees. Maybe you have to put a block underneath your knees, whatever you need. Again, use your hand to support. Left arm goes out, head can be neutral. Eyes can be closed. We want to add props to enhance our pose. They're not like crutches at all. They're enhancements. It's not a good thing. With your next in-breath, prepare to come back up. So you breathe in, and then you exhale out the pose. Roll a little side to side. Good. Take it right into fallen chair pose. And then knees go to the left side. So this side, a little bit more challenging for me. So the block goes between my knees on this side. Try to kick your heels away from your, in fact, if you want, you don't have a wall like I do, you can straighten your legs if that feels good. And if the shoulders like hang out like a wet noodle, you know, do something with it. Bring your arm up overhead maybe, or bring it down by your side. In restorative classes, we might stay in this posture for up to 2 to 3 minutes. That's how much this posture is helpful in restoring our body's balance, restoring harmony. So we're not here that long. Take a breath in. And back to center. Happy baby pose. Good. Bring the feet down to the mat and lift your hips up. Gentle bridge pose. I'm going to take the blanket out now because it's creating a little too much action, thrusting my chin to my chest. Imagine you have a block between your thighs. Reach your arms back behind you. And slowly, one vertebra at a time, come down. Take your feet wide, knees go side to side. If you want to end your practice here, right now, with legs up the wall, feel free to do that. If you have a wall nearby, you have a chair, you have a couch you can put your legs up onto, absolutely, again, hero pose in the beginning, legs up the wall at the end. Those are 2 postures that are going to help with digestion, like, and you know, increase your immunity and all that kind of good stuff. So I highly recommend that. If you don't want to go to a wall, still try to do, oh no, I just lost power. I don't know if I'm still here, guys. All right, well, let's see if I am. Extend your feet up towards the ceiling. Legs at the wall or up to the ceiling.